Hello, everyone! Welcome back to another stream! Oh, wait, whoops. Hello, everyone! Welcome back to another stream! Today we're going to be playing Danganronpa! Yeah. Yes, we're playing Dang It Grandpa today. I've been really wanting to play it. And so now I am finally playing it. Also, if you hear squeaks or like little noises in the background, that is my fan. It is really hot in my house. I have no AC. I have nothing. So, yeah. So, if you hear that, I apologize. It's really hot. It is really hot. It is so freaking hot. It's horrible. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah. So, hello, DZB Plays. Hello, Godfrey. Hello, Red. Hello, A Messed Up Mind. And hello, everyone else who joined. Thank you for joining. Okay, so I totally forgot. I need to get my my laptop. I need to get my laptop so I can see the chat while I play. So I'm going to do that super duper quick. I will be right back, and then we'll start. So we'll be right back. Sorry for the long wait, guys. I cannot find it. So give me a bit. Alright, I'm sorry for the long wait, guys. Unfortunately, I cannot find my, I was not able to find my laptop. I have no clue where it is. People use it. So I don't even know where it's at. So I'm not going to be able to re-chat. I'll check in on it every now and then. But I can't really look a lot. But yeah, so we're just gonna get to it. Let me shout out my stream real quick. 1 second. Okay. Oh, whoa, wrong. Okay. Alright, so we are just gonna start now. Also, my VTuber has been bugging out a lot. It's not picking up my mouth at all. I don't know what's going on. This model has been like, what do you call it, like, I don't know what's going on with it, but it's, makes me low-key irritated. Whoa. See, I didn't even want to do that. Why are you doing that? Yeah, it's been making me a little irritated. I've been trying to do everything I can to, like, whoa, see, why are you doing that? I've been trying to do everything I can to, like, fix the bugs and everything. See, it's not even, like, picking up my mouth. Whatever, I guess. See, why aren't you picking up my mouth? Hello. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me a second. So is it gonna want to work? No, it still doesn't work! Okay, now is it gonna work? Hi, Rare Socks. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Sword. Hello, Mr. Morgan. Hello, Red. Hello, Fasties. Okay, I don't know how to say the name. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to play Danganronpa. Okay, let's start. And I have cat ears on today because I feel like a kitty. Yeah. Okay. I feel very kitty today. Okay, we're gonna get started. Whoa. Okay. What the heck is going on? What was I typing? Oh. Steam. Dang it, Grandpa. What? No, I said Steam, not OBS. Why? Okay, whatever. Dang it, Grandpa! Here we go! Here we go! Sadly, guys, I can't look at the chat, so if you do say something, I won't be able to see you. I'm sorry. Ooh, what's this XP leaderboard? Oh, this is cool. This is pretty cool, pretty cute. Interesting. Alright, but yes. I think that's everything. Okay. We are just going to start, guys. We are gonna. Ah! What's wrong with the mouth? What is wrong with the mouth? What is wrong with the mouth? What is wrong? What are we doing? What is this? Hold on. I'm gonna try to fix this one last time. I'll still be here, but I'm. See, why are... No, I don't want to limit the range. Limit range? What? Oh, I think I know why. Give me 1 second. I think I know why. No. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Is this a little better? No, why does it do that? No, it's probably... Okay, so is it gonna work now? Bro! Please work. Please work. Please work. Why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? I should have done this off screen. I'm so sorry. Okay. This one? Okay, is this gonna work? No, why does it keep doing that? I don't... Okay, whatever. Oh my god, I'm so mad, I'm so mad, I'm so mad. Okay, we're just gonna leave it, we're just gonna leave it, we're just gonna... Damn it, why is it not working? See, guys, when you get something new, do not mess with the settings. Do not mess with the settings. Don't try to make it better. Just leave it how it was, okay? Learn that from me. Learn that from me, okay? Alright, we're just... okay, we're just gonna do it. We're just... okay, we're just gonna... Okay, hold on. Wait, I need to check something. Okay, hold on. I gotta bring her up a little more. Ignore this, dude. I know the stream is sketch. My streams are always sketch. We'll just leave it there. Oh, yeah. Make it a little bigger. Yeah, that's... Please. Please, guys. Okay, this... I hate my life. I hate my life. I hate my life. And I hate my life. Can you guys hear... Oh! Hold on. You guys can't even hear shit! I hate, and I hate. It took 20 minutes to start the freaking game! Whatever. Okay, whatever. And I still can't skip this, right? Get off my screen, get off my screen, get off my screen. Off, 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 off. Okay. Ugh. Nothing wants to go my way. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Dang it, Grandpa! Here we go! Oh. What's going on? Here we go, dang it, Grandpa. Here, okay. So, last game, okay, so, let me think. Okay, so last game, there's a whole new room that opened. It was like a generator time machine, I think, whatever. So, we open the door to, I think, the nurse's office, and Hifumi, I think his name is, the big nerd, he ends up dead, and I believe the guy with the white hair, who was it, I forgot, he had black hair, he was Mondo's best friend, but Mondo's personality and I guess his personality like mixed in together, so now he's like someone else, but yeah, that's where we're at, and we're trying to figure out who killed both of them. Alright. Okay, I think I'm back over here, right? Yeah. Okay, I kind of forgot this card. Okay, there. Taco is here sleeping still. When Taco is, Taco, she has a fear of blood. I don't think we have to worry about anyone else dying, so I'll just leave her alone for now. Taco's entire body has disappeared, leaving behind nothing but a blood stain. Hammer? Another one of these hammers, and looks like it's made of wood. It's even bigger than the others. Justice Hammer 4. Is this all the work of that suspicious individual? Okay, I'm not seeing anything else we should look at. What about this? This is a tarp. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. Nothing worth thinking about too much. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay. As long as Taco's okay, then I'm okay. Alright, let's see. So, I'm assuming we go check the nurse's office, right? I don't really remember. I know I should be searching for clues, but I don't really remember where I should be searching. I think I should just be getting everyone's account, right? Okay, okay, okay. Let's look here first. Okay, nothing in here. Yes. Whoa! Makoto. Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the respiratory. Huh? You mean... I found them. Hifumi and Taka's bodies has Get into the voice act. Okay. Hifumi and Taka's bodies had both been hidden in the repository. I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. Their bodies were found in the repository? Where the hell is repository? Repository? ¿Dónde está repository? Here? No, that's art. Where? Where is repository? Man, I don't know. Okay, we'll try art, I guess. Where the fuck is repository? On here. Are the bodies here somewhere? I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. In here? Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned! I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door. I gently opened the door. And when I entered, I saw... The two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for a second time. A body has been discovered! Yeah. And so here we are. Without further ado, let me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right. Just hand it over already. Now, make sure to investigate with all of your mental might and prepare for the class trial. Okay, see you later. Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit. Hold on! How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know? Dead, gone forever, they're never coming back! Hold on, I need to see something. Am I peeking? Guys, am I... Am I peeking? Can you guys... Hold on. No. Can you guys hear the audio? Hold on. Oh, you guys can. Hold on. Thank you, pigeons are cool. I didn't see it. Thank you. Pigeons are cool. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. I'm sorry I'm not seeing it until now. My chat, I don't have it. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, who wants to get to the top spot? The top, the leaderboard is Swordbot. Swordbot MK3. Who is going to beat them? Who is going to be the winner and have the most XP tonight? Today, we will see. Okay. I'll shut up. Dead! Gone forever! They're never coming back! Awful! This is all just too awful! Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed onto Hifumi's cheeks. Watch us bring him back to life or something. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. Oh, see? But this wasn't a movie. Or was it? Oh? He's awake! What? This wasn't... Bro, no way he's alive. What?
He's alive again?
Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
No, you dead.
Hifumi! Wake up!
Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything. Before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light. It's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet.
Oh my god, stop.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name.
Huh? Oh, the name? Yeah.
Yasu.
Su.
Hiro.
Who? His eyes closed. And they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins? No calcium in your bones? At least, you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yashiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yashiro Hagure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So in other words...
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi. And then going so far as to hide their bodies. A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
If this is true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it! Okay. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information than before. This is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Hold on, I'm going to check something. Hello, Reep G. Hello, Seven. Hello, TJ. Just checking something. Okay, that's not too long. Hi, Flower. Oh my God, hi, Flower. I was reading the chat. Hi, Santiago. I'm doing good. What about you? Guys, who is gonna get #1 in the XP thing? Come on, come on! Whoever wins, ooh, let me think. Whoever wins will get a secret prize at the end. We'll do that, okay? We will do that. Okay. Okay. Are you talking about Kyoko? No, she couldn't. She wouldn't do that.
Perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma!
Don't be rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then...
So you're saying nobody worked together this time either?
hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder.
Phew.
Only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words,
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal?
Well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the
extreme!
one true blackened who devised a murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened? So just one person?
Well now,
That's enough explaining. I don't know. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants! So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
However...
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! What? I'm offended! Ah! You! When did you? I've been looking all over for you, Master! When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found! Anyway, you there, milksack swimmer girl!
huh?
Milksack?
You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the body disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everybody knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then...
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, he'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious. Right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Monokuma File 3 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, let's inspect. Taka. He'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. A blue tarp. Ifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it? How the hell? It's no good. I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head, probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it! His glasses! When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now, they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that? And why? What the fuck? Okay, so with the connections he's making now, I'm assuming he wiped off his glasses so he could see him, so he walked himself up here. He walked himself up here for some reason, and he's, I don't know, he's still sweating. Maybe, I have a feeling he's playing dead. I don't feel like he's actually dead. I don't know. He walked himself up here, because why else would anyone clean his glasses? So he could see himself up the stairs. And then he laid here. What? He laid here, but I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why. Fumi's glasses have been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. This is so strange. This is actually so weird. Thank you, Callus, for the donations. I did not see him. Thank you, Callus. Thank you! Last Supper Toko deserves the world, and she breaks my heart with her story. Thank you for the donations. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. The announcement did go off. They did say there were 2 dead bodies, but he was playing, not that he was playing dead, but he wasn't playing dead. He just like woke up because what was that girl's name? I don't know the girl's name. Hina? She like cried on him, and then he woke up and he was like, ah, the light, the light. But then he like died. He said a name and died. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Honestly, what I'm suspecting is he walked himself up here, then died peacefully. Or, she carried him up here. Cause, come on, bro, who else can pick up this fat ass? Who? He can't. She definitely can't. She can. The other guy could possibly, but come on, bro. Come on. The other girl, no, she can't. Taco, she can't. Like, come on. Okay, let me talk to Sakura. There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Wait, I don't know. I feel like she is the killer. I don't know if I should trust her. I'll do it. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up. So we decided to go looking for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her. Meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this Robo-Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... Huh? What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs! Based on Celeste's claim, we went back up to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. Then, right after that... Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way out to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... Ah! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
However...
But at the same time, we have discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. Which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you about Byakuya that Hifumi has been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who had just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body has disappeared! We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or what? This time, Taka's body has disappeared. So from there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. And there, we rediscovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. Something's not adding up, and that brings us to now.
However,
Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. See, something that isn't adding up with Celeste. See, okay, so she was hurt. Okay, listen. In the beginning, she was hurt by the hammer person. Okay. So then she says she blocked the stairs. She says she blocked the stairs, so the killer is stuck on the 3rd floor. But then the killer supposedly disappeared, which I believe is probably bullshit. Not only that, she left somewhere. I don't know. I forgot she went to the bathroom with someone, and suddenly the body disappeared. But obviously, he walked somewhere. Hifumi, he walked somewhere. I swear, because there's no other way. There's no other reason why someone would wipe their glasses for no reason. So I feel like Celeste is in on it. I don't know who else would be also in on it. At first I thought Sakura, but she was there most of the time. I don't know.
So,
Hey, Makito, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
but...
And we came right to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got there, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. And you know what else is strange? Celeste also discovered Hifumi and Taka's body. It's just she's involved so much in this case. It's too much. It's way too much. Why are you so involved? Do you know what I mean? Hold on, let me check chat real quick. Without spoilers, killing game, moral debates, character motivations, hope versus despair. Hold on, I'm reading. Okay. Are y'all Danganronpa lore scholars or something? No, I don't know shit. I'm new. This is my first... By the way, guys, everyone who's watching, this is my first playthrough. I have never played this game before. Like, I have, like, previous chapters, but, like, you know, we're on chapter 3, so chapter 1, chapter 2, but this is my first playthrough ever. So. It was locked? And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking. Yeah, then if it was locked... Celeste is in this, bro. Celeste, I'm sorry, Celeste, but you're in this shit. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Yakuya, are you gonna help me? Yakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murderer's disappearance all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died... Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So, in other words,
Then it's probably Hiro and Celeste, then. They're accomplices. The main one was probably... The killer was probably Hiro, for sure. And Celeste is the accomplice. Then, there was no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
what?
And that's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no. There are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is... why'd they bother killing 2 people?
What?
What? Because all the rule says is, if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is to not get caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps... I see, so that's what that means. Is everything okay? Wait, what if 2 people actually, like, killed at the same time? Would they both graduate?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured out something. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? One way to get out, through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it could only be locked from the inside the repository. So Hifumi locked it? I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from the inside repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone has already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository, so that certain someone... God, these get harder and harder. I already looked at this. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room where we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets. Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Wait! Wait! Isn't the hero guy the just moral compass? Isn't he the no. Who was the moral compass? Who was it? Oh, I don't remember. Hold on, I need to search this up. Moral compass. Danganronpa. Who's the moral? Oh no, I got it wrong. Never mind. I thought hero was the moral compass. That's why I was gonna say, oh, justice, like, oh, morals and just. Okay, no one. Either way, all the hammers have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office, where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room, where Taka was found. And let's do it! Whoops, wrong way. Okay, Taco is here. Okay, the mats are here. Huh? This tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently, too. Yeah, there's a tarp in the art room. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murderer weapon was just left here. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that have come from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository room using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. I was sleeping right there when the killer carried the body away.
What?
I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Okay. You are no help at all, Miss Taco. Taco with lettuce, cheese, tomato, beef, sour cream, guacamole, salsa verde. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah, I checked the nurses. Where's the nurse's office? Down here. It's over here. No, it's on the first floor, right? Yeah, first floor. Okay, right here. Oh, why are you here? Oh. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Okay. Look at the fridge. A refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. Doesn't help me though. I'm not a vampire. Justice Hammer 3. The one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body, but left the weapon behind. It's just a normal trash can. Huh? Wait. There's something inside. Ooh, what is it? It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Ugh, but it's also covered in blood!
Oh,
Ah, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
huh?
A cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need something to do like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me neither. But I think it might be important. Is that everything? Yeah, I think I should talk to her, right? Yeah. What are you investigating, Celeste? I am not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I am simply going around seeing if Hero might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, huh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to keep She seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone? We could have not been gone for the We could have not we could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina says the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in a short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of anything less than that. Ugh. I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Celeste's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hero's room. Uh-oh. And let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, then, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? He purposely gave the people he wanted to come out to the dining hall to go there. But he didn't give the people who didn't, or he didn't give the people he wanted to kill or do something the paper, I think. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debts. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So he said to go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? What if he's dead? What if he's dead? Oh my god, that would be so, like, crazy. Wrong room? Yep. Oh god. Okay, I didn't, okay. It's so hot! Okay. Okay, hold on. Kyoko, Kiyotaka, Makato, Mondo, Byakuya, Sayaka, Junko, Tako, Celeste, Chihiro, Aoi, Sakura, Leon, Yashiro. The door is unlocked? I guess I can go inside. Byakuya did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. I gently open the door. This is Hiro's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where did he even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up, which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? Ah, there's a glitch. The left camera is just like twitching constantly. Okay, I think he's like, what do you call it? Passionate about gods, I think. Okay, let's see. I didn't mean to click that. Look at these boxes. I think there's something inside the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something and something made out of, it looks like cardboard, plastic and plaster? Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hiro's room. But wait, these blueprints, something about them bothers me. The penmanship is different. Okay. I think. Okay, let's. Oh, it's telling me to check the bed. I'm checking over the bed first. It's a normal bed, pretty much. Oh, okay. Check here. Soundlessly check the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy, though. How does a bathroom even get this dirt? Ew. Was I supposed to find something else in here? I guess so.
Ah!
Makito! Big news! Big news! What's wrong?
We found Kyoko!
What? Is she okay? Where is she?
Wait, I wasn't done! There's more big news! Just a second!
Robo Justice showed up too! Robo Justice?
It's Hiro wearing the costume!
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor!
To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I run off to the second floor as fast as I could. Why are we so far, guys? Guys, why are we so far? Kyoko and...
I mean...
Phew! Man, I had the worst day! Hiro?
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool locker room. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kicked me! You could have been a little more gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Well,
There is something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind!
it's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind?
and?
First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep. Don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I... Oh, my head hurts! Why was he asleep? He doesn't know why he was in there. He's getting framed. I feel like... Wait a minute! I got it. Hold on. Hold on. I need to search up something real quick. Hold on. Hold the phone. Actually, no, I'm not gonna search it up. It's not cheating, but hold on, okay? Hold on. Okay, so listen, okay? Listen to me, okay? Listen, everyone's listening, right? Okay, so if Hiro is sleeping in the locker room, right? Thank you. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, everyone listen, okay? Listen. Hifumi was never seen getting up, right? I mean, come on. Big ball of lard walking up the stairs. Come on. That quickly? No. He wiped his glasses. He fit into this big suit, which is pretty big, so he could fit into it. I mean, you see the sides. I mean, he would be able to fit into this. I think. He could squish into it, right? Listen. He wore it, right? And he went up the 3rd stairs and ran, okay? Celeste then stopped in front of... Remember, he's going... 1st floor... Okay, listen. He was dead, quotation marks, in the nurse's office, right? Celeste and Aoi, they went to the bathroom. He then put on the suit. Went up the stairs to the 3rd floor, right? And then I think Celeste followed him up there. I don't think she actually did, but just in case she did, she stopped him in his tracks and she's like, I thought he's in here. I blocked him off from the stairs, so he's somewhere in here, right? So they checked the 3rd floor. And isn't that where Hifumi was in the one physics room, the storage room, I think? Wasn't he laying there, right? Think. Because why else would his glasses be wiped? Why would he move all the way up there, right? Weren't they in the same room? Then... I don't know, my head hurts. I don't care. Do something about the costume. It pains me just to look at you. And I feel like... They framed the guy, Yashiro, I don't know him.
Huh?
Well, I don't know what's up to this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
You got it all wrong!
I didn't make this freaking... Oh, he didn't make it.
It would seem...
There's a clasp... Okay, so it's... Okay, hold on. So then Hifumi couldn't have put it on and then took it back off unless he had an accomplice, right? Because there's a clasp on the back of the head. So yeah, if there's a clasp on the back of the head, then there's no way that he would have done it by himself. He had an accomplice, and I feel like it's Celeste, but I don't know. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you could get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. Took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Woo! Free at last! Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
Okay, wait. Hifumi's too fat. I don't think, yeah, I don't know. Man, I don't know. More than despise isn't even advertisements. Bro, these streams ruin my FYP. More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec!
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints are in your room as well.
Is that okay?
And listen, Hifumi, listen, hold on. Hifumi, before he died, he was like, what did he say? He said, like, the guy's name, like, he's getting framed. In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
And it's obvious! The one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone...
That's terrible!
...was Hiro! Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea! We wouldn't want him killing anyone else! Tie me up? Oh, hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far. Oh no. Kobeni woke up. She's loud.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean... Attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this! It's been decided. You killed them! What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker? Wait, wasn't there two? Oh my god, I can't.
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit, Hina started putting on the robe of justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's 'cause you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I could wear this.
Just a second.
See? I told you it was impossible! You were absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then, there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
That is actually a good claim. If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there is another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it was him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's happening. Could someone, tell me? Robo Justice costume has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. There's a big locker near the pool.
What the heck?
What the heck?
If you don't mind me, what's going on and how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed, Taka and Hifumi. What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it!
Please.
I did not!
Huh?
Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed...
How about that?
That's it! I know who did it!
So then,
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego, right?
I'm at least 30%
Which means
right.
alter ego and or Chihiro must done it!
correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us! Just admit it! That you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so then.
Oh, I know, that note! Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last reason I remember is going to the rec room. The last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So,
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to buy every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They played on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure.
Please.
Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. Oh, what the heck? For serious? Yashira's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it!
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro! No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broken, that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right?
What
Ah, you're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Vito Filmina! Oh. I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Oh, okay.
shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
So, Makoto. I don't know. So, Makoto. I don't know. So, Makoto. First, I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses. I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
Anyway, we need to hurry before the class trial begins. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Bro, you're gonna make me walk? Come on. Where's that repository again? Wait, there's a third. There's another floor. Holy moly. Okay, where's art? Okay, over here. Okay, where's the art room? Art room? Art room. Where's the repository? Whoa. Where's the art room? Wait, is it? Oh, it's right here, duh. Why does it gotta be a big black hole? Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel like a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey,
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? You did?
whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
So then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his silent. Oh no. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean that the watch was broken sometime after 6.
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock. You know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 p.m. last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning, it must have happened at 6 this morning.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto,
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
because
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Oh, okay. Wait, what's rigor mortis? What is that? Someone explain. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. It doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues on his own. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems that Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office. But when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that and why? Oh, I thought we were examining it. Okay. So did you find anything?
indeed.
I did. More than expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants? So wait, you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. This doesn't make sense.
so...
That sounds very familiar. That's it! That's the same thing Hiro said! Then he was telling us the truth!
However,
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet up at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m. Huh. I don't really know. This is... Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning here. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped. Ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? Because he was trying to take it away from someone? I have no idea.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? Man, I don't know, bro. Think outside the box, I guess. And how would someone important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims, this time, definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there were any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. They may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. Handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind. Already? God, I don't know. This is the first time where I haven't really, understood.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school.
God.
See you soon!
I feel like it's Hifumi and Celeste, but I don't know.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, here we go! Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
He's multiplied?
Wrong!
Nope. Not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast that it looks like I multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along!
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay. Hey! Hey!
And if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already. I didn't do it. For serious. That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprits. No!
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there, then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to. Do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Tafumi and Taka. The one who killed 2 of our friends. The killer is someone right here. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own. Oh my gosh, guys, who do you think it's gonna be? I don't even know. I do not know. Who killed Hamster Potter and the Dragon Ball guy? Hi, hey, how are you doing? Hi, Big Smokey, thank you for joining. Sorry, just reading the chat, guys, before I get into it. Okay, so to whoever has played, any advice for this round? Anyone who has played, any advice? No spoilers, just advice. Anyone? I know who the culprit is, but I'm not telling. Okay, but any advice? Anyone? No? No advice before I get into it? Going once? Going twice? Okay, no advice. Alright. Whew. Here we go. And the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. Damn, there's only 8 people left. There is no going back. Until we settled all of this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? You really hate me so much. But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold you out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get your assigned seats. And so, the curtains opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle. Oh my god, I messed it up. I'm so sorry, guys. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes, save. Okay. What's that skills? I have skills. Girl, bye. I have oh. Wait, I do. Oh, okay. I can use all these? Okay. Shit, I'll take them all. Here we go. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, if you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when
No.
the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Bro, look who's talking.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Wait, oh, I missed.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the
Wait,
culprit.
It's not true! It's...
Hiro, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
Okay, I know, please.
Everything we found in your... The blueprints,
The suit parts, they are all...
No, that's wrong! Oh, yeah. Break!
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
what do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Yeah.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
I don't know. And of course, he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Man, I don't know! Bro. Why is the Illuminati a frickin'...
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Yes, sir! The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been...
I got it!
There's still one more thing! The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been...
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository
she's got a
and the
point.
art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I could change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to... Yes! Let's talk about reloading. Starting with the next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements, but from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now, it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the RMB and LMB, and you will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. Oh god. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck, and have fun. Oh fuck, I forgot how to do this.
You had it wrong.
Oh my god.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree.
Oh my god.
You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Whew. Break.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Told ya.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on
I love
accident.
the soundtrack.
As they wheeled and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Yeah. That's all you gotta say. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. What kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Robo Justice costume.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly, no problem.
Oh,
So
okay,
the
no,
killer
I know what
imparted the body.
If you accept, then you must realize that who—
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
Okay, yeah, I know.
As we know,
No, I didn't mean to do
Taka
that.
was
killed in, and from there.
Yeah, the then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind—
Well, yeah, but
all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember? When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Sorry guys, I'm locked in.
That's true.
Trying to figure out.
It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about the wait, guys. I had the munchies, okay? I'm hungry. Well, I have water in my room, and it's actually so hot that the water's like hot, like it's warm. Like it's room temperature. That's how hot it is in my freaking room.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said? So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
Bro.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Leave my man alone!
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Yeah.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Mm-hmm.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
And then... At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement
Hifumi.
not long after we discovered his body.
He's not dead, right? Wasn't dead for that time.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office.
Mm-hmm.
But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Very.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started.
Alright, here we go, here we go. Make your argument. Monokuma file 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
Or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the just.
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
I wonder if. Or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
Whoops.
Shoot!
So, I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the
Numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Whoops.
Shoot!
Probably the announcement
So,
thing?
regarding. I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering.
It's true that Hifumi while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
so,
Regarding. I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already know
What order they were killed in.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that Hifumi while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
so, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
Regarding. I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already know what
probably gonna
order
get this
Taka
wrong.
came last.
Oh.
What makes you say?
Because of the number.
It's true that Hifumi
Oh
while
my
Taka's
God.
death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
Bro,
What
fuck
makes you
you.
say-
Because of the number.
It's true that Hifumi while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice.
It's true that
Fuck
Hifumi was
you!
killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already
Know what order they were killed in.
I didn't mean to do that. Fuck my life.
Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with
Justice Hammer.
3. While Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
so,
I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We
They
already
know what order they were killed
No, I
in.
didn't mean to do that. Fuck.
Shoot!
So, I wonder if. Or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the.
Numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
Okay,
after.
now I can do it. Don't miss.
so, I wonder if he'd, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Why did it take me so many times to just do that, bro?
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Wrist. Oh, whoops. T. What? Oh, whoops. Whoopsies, I did not mean. Bro, I fucking suck. I didn't mean to do this.
I refuse to give up yet.
Hey. Oh, I already had it. It was the wristwatch, but I just didn't know how to spell.
Now I understand. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night... So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi.
I can pause this, right? I'm not saying I'm pausing this now, but...
That's
yeah, no,
right.
I can't. Let me switch this up real quick. Give me 1 second. I paused during a class trial. Okay, I don't know how to save. Whatever. How would I save? Here? Okay, I can.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true! We're all in the clear!
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room. And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off,
You're reaching,
there's
bro.
no
You're
way
reaching.
she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said, his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Hold on. How much does Hifumi weigh? $340. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move
I knew
itself.
it!
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
But why would he do that? That's what I'm wondering.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I don't know.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi and that there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the— Are we really— Maybe the announcement
was intended to signal someone else's
Whoopsies.
discovery.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first— There's a chance
He was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's
Dead body had been found.
No, didn't we do it?
And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first— There's a chance
He was actually still alive.
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's
Dead body had been found.
Bro!
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first
found Hifumi— There's a chance
He was actually
still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended
To signal someone else's
discovery.
Are you saying that when we first— There's a chance
He was actually still alive.
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's
dead body had been found.
And that is why the announcement— Are we really—
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No.
Are you saying that when we first found— There's a chance
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely
You heard the body
discovery announcement, along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without it, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery. Hifumi's
dead body had been found.
And that is— Are we really— Maybe the
announcement was intended to signal
I
someone
didn't do that.
else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found
Hifumi in the nurse— There's a chance
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery. Hifumi's
dead body had been found.
And that is why the announcement was made. Are we really— Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first— There's a chance
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's
dead body had been found.
And that is— Are we really— Maybe the
announcement was intended to signal someone
No!
else's
I didn't mean to do
discovery.
that. I keep on holding it down.
Are you saying that when we first— There's a chance
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's
dead body had been found.
Just click on the next one. Just click.
Are we really—
Click.
Maybe the announcement
was intended to signal someone else's
Oh
discovery.
my god. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. Fuck. Guys, help me. Which one am I doing? Which one am I doing? Because I don't know. Okay, okay.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first— There's a chance
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead, and that is— Are we really— Maybe the
announcement was intended to signal someone
else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first—
There's a chance
He was actually
still—
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's
dead body had
been found.
Finally! No, that's wrong!
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was all.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into...
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice. Shoot!
What? It did. It played right after he came alive. Then he died. Whatever. Fuck this game.
Is this real? I refuse to give up yet! Was the body
Of course it was.
Maybe.
That's right.
So there, I think we...
First of all, if...
Maybe...
What do you...
Well, but what I can't... It's only...
No, actually, he said even if that's...
Huh?
Exactly.
Maybe I should have read all the options.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body, and then, well, me and Celeste, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw it was in the...
But when you compare his body before being... Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, They were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... what exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
True that.
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of
But
those.
why?
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
Well, why?
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
What? Oh, the little note.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Oh, my back hurts.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, ew.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Ah! That's the note I was telling you about! The one that told me where to go! Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi.
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time? Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Man, I don't know.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong! No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
And
Taco, you
someone
spotted
used
that.
that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. Ugh. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Yeah.
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Oh.
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished. But
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Ooh.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
the weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository...
Wait. Because remember, there's a clean mallet thing, remember? So someone might have came in and killed him?
The culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Yeah, that. Spotless hammer.
What was used to kill? Was it Justice? Maybe Justice.
well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear.
The murder weapon and...
Oh, that's about it.
No, that's wrong.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working.
Situation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not? Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people...
That is how the rule
was explained to us.
But that only really applies in this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that...
That is.
But that only really applies in this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two...
That is.
But that only really in this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been,
This is
even if
probably
more than
wrong,
one,
but
only the
like a
one who
shot,
actually,
'cause I don't
assuming
really
the
know.
rule holds true.
Oh, there you go.
No, that's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Dude, I don't know.
Shoot!
Celeste! Celeste, no? Wait, I need to use my head. Celeste.
Here's my answer.
I knew it!
It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
What?
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yep.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on...
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
What the heck?
It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together,
And she
none of us
already
said
knew.
anything about
Oh,
Taka
this
being
dumbass.
dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die. We are going to die. Just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened. They must be positive. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys died.
Shoot!
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all.
And that's all it takes. What was
So strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to
Die. Just like.
No, that's wrong. Whew! My god, bro. I'm not gonna lie, this game has me sweating. I'm so, like, locked in.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for
We
herself.
got caught.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out
Oh,
to be the
that's
bad guy in all
true. So
this!
he was in there and he was Alright, this is all adding up.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Ooh. Girl, you're guilty. Get the hell out of here. Oh my god. Just costume is your
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way! You dressed me up in that suit then you just draped me. You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No,
that's wrong.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, you done! You done, girl! You done!
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Oh, you're done.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Oh, she snapped right back into it. Oh.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh.
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
I like this voice. It's cool how she like breaks her like accent character when she gets mad.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Oh, come on.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about?
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
No, it was last names.
Think
Yeah,
back
last
to
names.
how did he refer to each of us?
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine! Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
So I still won't give up. So then, sorry, I haven't been reading the lines for Naegi. I'm too locked in. I have to do something to make her accept it. Here we go, bro. You done, girl, you done. Oh, you are so done.
Hifumi was trying to tell us. He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what you...
How many times do I have to tell? My name is
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
That's the only truth there is! Moron!
Oh, I know now.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something.
He wanted us to know the killers. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
No, that's wrong! Oh my god. Oh my god, this dumb girl, this dumb girl. You dumb,
That's
dumb,
it!
dumb.
The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Okay, we know. Get this bitch out.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
That makes you seem guilty.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Oh god, okay, I gotta do this. Okay. Why are these old ones in here? Okay, whatever. God, okay, there's so much. Okay. Talking. It's like my least favorite part, bro. What is this ball? Wow. Okay. Man, I don't know! Okay, let's try to start from the end. What is this ball, bro? What is that? Oh, no. Hopefully
the
that's
killer
right.
is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with
the
him,
type to throw away everything for some like freaking...
They drugged him, knocked him out,
Lolita
and
girl?
stuffed him into the
Is that the
Robo
word?
Justice
I don't
suit.
know.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Yep.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents.
I feel like this is wrong.
For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the first fakins there. They wanted to make sure with the second fake-in, this time, with these 2 incidents, that the we fell right into their trap.
Oh my gosh, please. Ah!
The killer is you! So, for these, the
Oh my
first
gosh.
fake-in there,
That's probably
they
not
want
it.
this time with these that the suspect we fell.
Yes. Oh, I totally forgot about the library.
While we did that, We left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Damn!
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Oh, shoot.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
What?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Oh, so she admits to it. Oh. Okay. Hey, an A!
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Damn.
Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
There we go. I wonder how she's gonna die. Woo! Here we go. Now this is gonna be good. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yashiro!
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality, lying. My speciality. Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then, did you use, you know? I knew it. You figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, she had to be his girlfriend or something.
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Oh, alter ego.
Say what?
Just a second.
Oh my god, he can't know.
In other words...
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again? Last night, after we had our meetings about how to disappear, I paid Hifumi a little visit.
Actually...
What?
Are you okay with... So
oh
then,
my god, so she lied.
Damnation! Say what?
As for me...
Oh,
As for me...
He abused? Bro.
Damnation!
So he thought he was doing something good. No.
Say what?
I mean, poor Fumi, but like, I don't know. He was just trying to help. Okay, can we just kill this bitch?
Completely unforgivable!
He cussed!
Most unfortunate. Actually...
Sorry guys, I really need to do something before like the sun goes down, so I'm trying to rush this. I have to do like some like yard work.
Indeed.
Completely
Bastard!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to... whatever, I'm not reading. I can't.
I swear I will save her!
Okay. Okay. No.
Actually...
Oh my gosh, it's turning dark. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to see. I'm gonna get in trouble. Go, go, go. You're dead, bitch. You're dead. You're dead, bitch. You're dead. You're dead, bitch. Dead, 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 dead. Stop the yapping. You're dead. I want to see the kill scene. I want to see the kill scene. Die, 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 die. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm skipping everything. At this point, alibi, blah, blah, blah. Can we just kill her?
What the heck?
Die, 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 die.
Why?
What the heck?
But...
You little bitch!
Oh!
Hey! You little bitch!
This is fine. Honestly. As for me... Isn't it wonderful?
A European castle? Okay, I mean, go off, I guess, but like...
This is fine.
You're dead. You're dead.
There is nothing to be done.
Just the worst.
Oh. Do you understand?
What is this?
Yes, indeed. Isn't it wonderful?
Marie Antoinette?
Hey!
Thrills, chills, kills! Now then, I've prepared a
Oh, I
let's
can't wait.
give it
Let's see, let's see, let's
I
see.
guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
I hope this was, worth it, I guess. I don't know. How are we gonna kill her? Oh, God. Burned alive. Oh, there's more? Did she get hit? Oh, God. Oh, no, I thought it was going to be more epic. I don't know. Is that it? A bit disappointed. A bit disappointed how she went out. Okay, let me see. System. Save. Wait, did I save it? Did I save it? Did I save it? Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I need to see this. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this this playthrough of Danganronpa. I will be streaming tomorrow. No, Thursday? Wednesday. I don't know. It's on my YouTube. I don't know when. Make sure to join the Discord server. And make sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram. And make sure to subscribe to me here. And the winner, hold on, the winner of the XP thing. Let me see. And the top person is Swordbot MK3. I don't know if you join the server, I'll give you like a special reward. I don't know. I didn't really think of anything. But thank you, Swordbot MK3, for being the top